Can you beat Fable 2 without killing anything? To keep things simple, a kill is anything that causes the stats on the killed enemy page to increase. If any of these numbers go up, an enemy has been killed. In my last playthrough of the game, I killed over 2,000 enemies. So, how low can I get this number? Here are a few rules for the run. First of all, start a new character and beat the main quest of the game. And secondly, avoid killing as much as possible using any means available. Just a quick disclaimer for this run, this is a blind playthrough. I've not watched anyone else attempt this, so if someone else has already done this, please support their content as well. With that said, let's get started. The game starts off like any other playthrough. I did the standard tutorial tasks, like getting a photo, shooting a bully, but when it came to killing the beetles, I chose to destroy the crates instead. After opening the music box, Rose died, and I was yeeted out of a window. Just a standard childhood, really. But the real quest begins now.
There you are.
After grabbing my trusty weapons, I went for a quick swim, and I opened the tomb. There were beetles everywhere, but luckily you can run past most of them. After touching the light, my hero powers awakened, and I learned my first magic spell, Force Push. With the tutorial complete, it was time to get away with murder. After finding some ironic clothing, I walked into the bandit camp, but I had no idea what I was doing. I did everything I could to try and get the bandits to somehow hurt themselves, but nothing seemed to work. But the power of chaos was calling to me. Could I use this to make the bandits fight each other? I had to know. But how could I get 600 experience without killing anything? Well, a trader in the gypsy camp sells some sleepy bean potions and some dubious whitefish. And if you eat these, you get a very tiny amount of experience. So, with enough potions and enough fish, could I unlock the chaos spell? But first, I needed some money. My doggo was a good boy, and he found a stack of cash. And soon enough, I was flush with money. Let's grab some goodies. After getting rid of Force Push, some experience was given back, and then the daily Sigma grind set began. My day consisted of going to bed and sleeping for a week, waking up, buying potions and fish, getting my 15 experience, and then sleeping and repeating. After spending the equivalent of 6 months sleeping in bed, I finally had enough experience to buy Chaos. But as the name implies, Chaos causes enemies to behave chaotically. But there's also a very small chance that they will attack each other. And after 14 minutes of patiently waiting, the first bandit died. But the moment of truth, was I to blame for the kill? I had a look at the stats, and I was in the clear. The game counts the bandit as having killed the other, not me. But there was a huge problem I didn't think about. Chaos won't cause enemies to hurt themselves, so I always need someone else to do the hurting for me. I had no choice but to shoot the bandit, but then 3 more took his place. We need a better plan. But looking at the magic list again, could I get zombies to kill enemies for me? There wasn't enough gold to buy the potions I needed, so restarting the game would be the fastest option. After starting again, the fish and potion cycle began again. I ate all the fish and potions I could, and it was time to start my zombie army. My zombie hobs tore through the bandits. And as an added bonus, any bandits I defeat join my zombies. After enough death, Thag came out to play. But he was no match for my zombie horde. Now, for the moment of truth again, am I the killer? I checked my stats, and there was not a single kill to my name. The secret to beating this game without killing would be using zombies. With the path ahead of me clear, I was feeling good about this run. it was time to become a hero. There was so much happening at Bowerstone Market. Murgo gave me a wonderful hat, and Gordon gave me some awesome glasses and boots to wear. My fashion was on point. After visiting the local alchemist, some interesting potions were for sale. Now, if I bought these potions, it'd be a really easy way to get experience to make my zombies even stronger. But I needed more money first. After doing some clothes shopping at the local graveyard, it was time to explore Rookridge. There were a lot of enemies, but my zombie army cleared the path. The local cave was filled with hobs. But using my zombies as a distraction, I slipped away and I made it to the beautiful oak field. After selling some goods, posing for a sculpture, and clearing out some bandits,
Well done.
I was chosen for a special quest.
Come.
I was introduced to Hammer, and she complimented me on my looks.
Oh, you're a strong, handsome fellow, aren't you?
After entering the cave, a rival zombie gang wanted to fight. But after running back to the main chamber, the Hollow Men simply exploded against the wall. But more battles loomed ahead. And after beating 5 waves of the Hollow Men, the wellspring was clear.
Wow, that was amazing.
But there was one problem. When I checked my stats, somehow I had killed 8 Hollow Men. What did I do wrong? After reloading the quest, I did some investigating. It turns out that any hollows who explode against the wall count as my kill. So, I'd have to take things slowly and fight every battle with my zombies. And after a very long series of fights, all the Hollow Men were dead, but my record was clean. Back at the temple, things became very tense and very sad.
Father!
I tried to lighten the mood,
As the seed returns to the earth,
that Hammer was kidnapped by Teresa. To celebrate my victory, I bought some potions, slept in for several weeks, and eventually I had enough experience for level 3 zombies. Things were looking pretty good. Garth was next on my things to do list. Heading towards Brightwood, I knew I was in for some trouble.
coming your way.
Some Spire guards showed up, and they were absolute beefcakes. It was a slow and tedious fight, but every guard I knocked over added another zombie to my team. After clearing the guards, there were 9 more ahead. Now I didn't want to spend an hour fighting, so I ran to the top of the tower. At the top, Garth was kidnapped,
You are coming with me.
but I started to find bodies on the floor. I had a bad feeling about this, and I was right. Just like the Hollow Men hitting the wall and dying, the game decided to kill all the Spire guards once I reached the top. I tried to quit out and start again, but the game had autosaved, so I was permanently stuck with 9 deaths on my record. Now, I could have given up here, but I was already too invested in the playthrough, so I decided to stick it out. But I'm confident that these 9 deaths could have been avoided if I was just a little more patient. I continued my quest. I paid Jeeves for some information on Lucian. I followed the quest trail, but then I came across a troll. Now, trolls have many weak points that need to be damaged, but no matter what I tried, my little zombies would not attack the troll. I used magic blades to attack the tendrils. I just needed one final attack from anything to finish it off. I tried using some other spells like Vortex, but the troll was immune. My magic blades finished the troll, but I wasn't happy. There had to be another way. I really needed someone with a gun to come and help me. But the guards refused to follow me,
I have other business to attend to at the moment.
and the local bandits would only chase me so far. I even tried digging up the journal from under the troll's feet, but I had no success. I had one idea left. After weakening the troll, I summoned myself as an ally in co-op. While my character stood in the distance, I used a second controller to shoot the troll's tendrils, and I delivered the final blow. Now, according to the stats book, this was the co-op player's kill, not mine. But this kind of feels like cheating. I could just use a co-op player to kill everything in the game while I stood still, and that would be a very boring playthrough. So, despite what this counter says, I think this troll should count as a kill. After grabbing Lucian's diary, I honed my blacksmithing skills. I bought some potions, and I got some RGB gamer orbs. Now that my muscles were big enough, Westcliff awaits. There were many bandits on the path. I decided just to run to the end. And with Hammer's help, a huge fight broke out. After 20 minutes of running in circles and raising zombies, we finally got through the bandit ambush. But Balverines were just around the corner, and it was an unavoidable fight. It was a very slow start, but eventually the fight turned in my favour, and some zombie Balverines helped me out. But more enemies kept coming, so it was time to make a run for the door. After seeing the sunlight, I was pleased to say that no kills were added to the counter. We had made it to Westcliff alive, but the true battle was about to begin. Now, I had insufficient Riz to enter the Crucible. I need to make myself more famous. The Temple of Light needed a big, strong, burly man to eliminate the Shadow Worshippers. It was really boring waiting for the zombies to kill the Highwaymen, but eventually there was only the one Shadow Boy left. But my zombies refused to attack him. I tried using Force Push, but this killed him instantly, and it stained my record. So, this is a quest that you cannot beat without killing, so I'm going to skip it for this playthrough. But hunting bandits was a much safer bet, so let's go and kill Ripper. The combination of Chaos and Raised Dead worked really well, and after clearing all the minions, Ripper came out to play. After a short fight, he surrendered, and I spared him to avoid any bloodshed. My Riz levels were increasing. Sam and Max were having trouble with zombies, but lucky for them, zombies are my specialty. Chaos controlled the hordes, and my zombie clan cleared a path. Killing 100 Hollow Men took a little bit of patience, but the local guards joined in to help out. After returning the book, I was invited to the Crucible. Now the Crucible looks like any other playthrough, except in my playthrough, each round is incredibly slow due to the zombies doing all the work. But there is one huge benefit to going slow. The zombies keep the excitement level at its maximum, and so fat stacks of gold started dropping from the sky. I made over 30,000 gold in the first room alone. After killing all the beetles, the hobs were next. And despite things going pretty well, my game froze. Now, this is a really common problem on modern Xboxes. The game tends to freeze every 15 to 30 minutes. So, full disclaimer, if you want to play this game, you need to be saving every 5 minutes and be very patient. Otherwise, this game is not playable. But I persevered, and I beat both hob rounds. The Hollow Man were next, and my game froze again, and again, and again. But playing Halo recently had made me a very patient man, and I made it through without smashing my TV. There were 2 rounds of bandits, but they played out just like any other fight you've seen. The Balverine round was annoying as expected, but again, once the zombie Balverines came along, it was an easy fight. Only one final fight to go, and it was another troll. I decided not to use the co-op player this time, but to my surprise, 11 more kills were added to the counter. Why 11? Killing the troll forcibly kills the 6 hobs in the room, but the 5 shadows killed was interesting to me. Shadows are enemies in later stages of the game, and there were none in this room. Do my own zombies count as shadows? It was all very confusing, so after retrying the fight, I slowly took out all the hobs in the room, and after beating the troll, only one unavoidable kill was added to my logbook. Looking at my money, I found nearly 250 50,000 gold on the floor in this one run through of the Crucible. If you've got an hour of spare time, using zombies is an excellent way to farm gold. The Spire awaits. It was time to slay the Spire. After making some new friends,
Name's Bob, by the way.
it was time for a nap.
Sleep.
The Spire was a lovely place. There was plenty of food to share, and you might even fall in love.
I'm not.
You are now good enough to use the laugh expression.
But Garth wanted to go home,
We meet again, hero.
so we made our escape. It was a long and boring fight, waiting for all the guards to die. And after killing the Commandant, Garth rage quit the server. It was a nice casual stroll back to the boats, and we sailed home. We formed up as a team in search of Reaver, but Garth had some unexpected guests arrive for dinner. The colour skate took forever to power up,
Come on. Come on.
but eventually I made it through alive, and with no more Spire Guard deaths against my name. Wraith Marsh was pretty straightforward, but a local Banshee wanted to fight. My zombies slowly killed the Wisps, but they simply refused to attack the Banshee. I had no choice but to take matters into my own hands, and I added another kill to my name. But there was another Banshee ahead, and this time something was different. My zombie minions actually attacked her, and they even delivered the final blow. I was wrong. With enough patience, Banshee kills are completely avoidable. Sadly, I'd already saved the game, so I couldn't go back in time and fix my mistake. I'm just going to have to take the L on this one. After reaching Bloodstone, Reaver was most welcoming,
Hello there.
but I wasn't cool enough to be his friend. But after teaching the Gravekeeper how to raise the dead, and killing 1,000,000 hobs, Reaver sent me on a special quest. I let my zombies kill some of the Shadow Boys, and I had some new contacts put in, and Reaver was now my best buddy. We made a plan to escape together, but our boat was destroyed. While I distracted the guards, my team took care of the killing. But the Great Shard could only be damaged from being shot. And after delivering a final blow, I was very pleased to see that the game treats this as a special enemy, so no kill was added against my name. With the whole gang assembled, it was time to save the world. But Lucian rocked up, he killed my dog, and he shot me in the head. After a quick detour in heaven, I used the power of friendship to defeat Lucian,
Come on, you sleep.
and after a short celebratory dance, Reaver made the kill shot. And my quest was at an end. So, what's the final kill total? Well, strictly reading the counter, there were 11 kills against my name. But, including the troll I questionably killed earlier, I believe this total should be 12 kills. Now, learning from all my mistakes, the 9 Spire Guards from Brightwood Tower and the first Banshee I encountered could also be removed from this counter. So, can you beat Fable 2 without killing anything? Sadly not. But, you can beat the game with an impressively small 2 kills. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little trip back to Albion. I hope to come back sometime soon and play through Fable 1. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. God bless.